Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about One Piece Chapter 1159. Like and subscribe for more content. Chapter 1159, The Fateful Island. Chapter starts with narrator telling that one day Shaki was kidnapped and Don Marion was killed. The person responsible for it was a traitor inside Rock's pirates, Aochoku, but no one in Hakanosu had any clue to how this could have happened. The news of Shaki kidnapping spread throughout the world, and even the economy of the world was paused for several weeks. Aochoku was very excited reading the news. Gloriosa was crying with sadness and despair. Roger destroyed the newspaper, and Rayleigh was very worried about Shaki. Roger, Rocks, that bastard. How could this happen under his watch? I will kill him. Rayleigh, Shaki. 1 year later, Garling returned to God Valley. The red-haired woman introduced him Shamrock and Shanks. Garling was surprised to see their twins and said they're adorable. The red-haired woman asked Garling to live with her on the island, but he said no because God Valley will disappear. Then Garling pulled out his sword and stabbed the woman. At the same time, we can see a lot of marine battleships arriving to the island. While red-haired woman fell to the ground seriously injured, Garling said a wife that's befitting of his status has already been decided. In fact, Garling had placed the order for her to be captured, and she will be his wife if he wins the tournament. Citizens of God Valley tried to leave the island because they didn't know what's happening, but Marines stopped them. One of the Marine soldiers was a very young Monkey D, Dragon. Dragon didn't want to kill people, so he shot tranquilizers to some guys that attacked him. Dragon asked the purpose of the mission, but his superior shouted him down. Cut to a Marine slave ship that was heading to God Valley. We see Ginny leaking information about tournament prizes to the outside. Ivankov was very angry with the other slaves because they lost their fighting spirit. Kuma was in other part of the ship, but he listened all and smiled, thinking how energetic are some slaves. Cut to a Cipher Pole Information Department facility in an unknown island. A very young Morgans arrived, saying he has an incredible information. Morgans was dressed the same as in the present, but he wore a beret on his bird head. Morgans wanted Cipher Pole, paid him a bribe to not publish the information. Cipher Pole agents threatened to erase him, but Morgans told them to try it if they had enough courage. In any case, Morgan's plan was leaking the information to Hakanosu. Pirates of Hakanosu learned that Shaki was being used as tournament prize in God Valley, so they headed out to save her. Linlin was interested in the other prizes. She wanted good devil fruits for her children. Linlin told Kadu that maybe he can get an interesting devil fruit power too. Then we see Rocks, Roger, and Garp on the move to God Valley. On the way to God Valley, Rocks was blocked by Herald ships sent by the world government. There was a world government ship nearby to make sure Herald follows his orders. Rocks asked to drink and speak alone, and Herald accepted. Rocks, Herald, there's a hidden part of my name. My real name is Davy D. Zebek. Herald, then Rocks is not your name? Rocks, my clan is probably something the government been trying to completely eliminate for a long time, with a legendary pirate Davy D. Jones as our ancestor. The clan has managed to survive, just barely, in the underworld. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but I got a kid now. To protect my wife and child from any possible danger, I decided to send them both to my homeland, telling them rely on the Davy clan. Herald, I see. So your relatives and now your family are all in your homeland. Rocks, yeah. And that place is God Valley. Rocks said he's heading to God Valley to save Shaki, but actually he's going to save his wife and kid. Herald refused to join with Rocks and pretended to fight, but he allowed Rocks to get away. Chapter ends with an epic double page on the day of the God Valley incident. After introduced some prizes like the rare devil fruits, the master of ceremonies brought Shaki to the stage as the big prize of the tournament. Shaki wore a Kuja costume and looked clean and healthy because they took care of her since she was captured. MC explained who was Shikiyaku and said that the winner would decide whether to make her his wife or his slave. Tenryubitos in the audience were very excited. We see Garling, young Summers, and Gunko among the gods' knights. The girl with a beret and a rifle from Manmayer family that we saw in Kuma's flashback was next to Gunko. Tenryubito. Amazing. What a beauty. Oh, Summers. Make sure to get that for the Shepherd family. Summers. Don't be ridiculous. If I win, she's going to be my personal slave. Garling. She's going to be my wife. So stay away, even in your dreams, Summers. Manmayer girl. Gunko. Now that we have you, we might be able to get a trophy in the clan war. Kudo Dragon. He discovered wounded red-haired woman inside a house because he followed a trail of blood. Woman, please, take my children away from T this instant. Don't let him have them. We'll also see Kid Teach and his mom handcuffed in a cage. Teach, mother. Come here, Teach. It's going to be all right. You have to survive this no matter what. Chapter ends with the last big announcement to all Tenryubitos from the Master of Ceremonies. Master of Ceremonies, and now, you can't call yourself a world noble if you haven't heard of them. Aside from a brat from the Buccaneer clan, we have another super rare rabbit for this tournament. Finally, a rediscovery after 800 years. The Devi clan Dash. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.